As you guys have probably noticed, there's no more talk shows. They weren't financially feasible. Gary spent a lot of money. Gary, the boss of Probox, going to Jonas, spent a lot of money, with production and all this other stuff and trying to basically grow the channel. And in some ways it grows, in some ways it doesn't. The access point for Probox is our fights. Our fights are what everybody loves. The talk shows, they get only a certain amount of views, but all boxing talk shows in general only get a certain amount of views, if you notice. And that's what Gary noticed. No matter how much we sparkle up the talk show as much as we can, it only has, that give or take at best 10,000 views a day maximum, per video maximum, so you're not going to be able to sustain an entire staff there doing it that way. So he's pulling back on the talk shows, the daily talk shows that everybody loves. Boxing fan like Gary Jonas wants to, loves boxing and wants to do something with it. And, it's not sustained by a big monster corporation, sustained by his own money. He's done very well in life, but at the same time, it's still a regular person who's trying to sustain this thing, and it just was unsustainable. Now, we're not going to go away. Tell you what we're going to do, though, okay? I'll tell you what Probox is going to do, and that's why it's pulling back, and my salary's diminished a little bit, too, and that's why instead of paying off some stuff and moving to Sicily, I'm kind of stuck in that limbo right now, We're going to just do fights from now on, okay, guys? We're going to just do fights, but instead of 2 fights a month, we're going to do 1 fight per month, so that the budget he can put into the fights is going to be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit more quality, The only thing is this, guys. We don't get enough subscriptions to sustain this, Probox will be gone for good. All right, so this is he's going to try to shoot this for the rest.
Wow. Absolutely sad breaking news in the world of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Mr. Gary Jonas, owner of Proboxtv, has officially decided to give it one last year. Give it one last year to build a loyal fan base. A fan base that is willing to subscribe to a monthly payment coming in August. Mr. Gary Jonas is looking for help to be able to keep the Proboxtv boxing events going. It's being reported by Paulie Malignaggi that a lot of setbacks are happening within Proboxtv. And I'm here to explain it all to you. And also to bring awareness. If you're not a Proboxtv watcher, if you barely go watch the events, if you want to see Proboxtv and these boxing cards continue to happen, I know I do. I live in Fresno, California. Probox comes over here 2-3 times a year. I've already been to 2 events in 2025. This year, still no events have came yet. I can't wait till they end up coming back. We're there. But if Proboxtv is no longer a thing, then, wow, man. Paulie Malignaggi let us know that not only is the business taking setbacks, taking off 1 card a month. Right now, they only put on 2 cards a month. Proboxtv is now cutting back to only going to be putting on 1 event a month starting in August. 1 event a month to save money, to cut back costs, wasting money. It's being reported that the Proboxtv shows, Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi, going on talking about the sport of boxing, it looks like those shows are over. Paulie Malignaggi announces they're over. They weren't making enough money on it. YouTube's not paying enough. The videos are capping at 10,000 views a video. It's just not enough. The salaries of Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, and the Proboxtv staff is officially cutting down. Yes, Paulie's salary has been cut. And in the beginning of August, no more free events. No more free events. Proboxtv will no longer be free. Not enough people are tuning in for this to keep on going the way that the fans want us to keep on going, because Gary Jonas' pockets are starting to get dry. They're not making enough money, ladies and gentlemen. So in the beginning of August, if you're willing to support Proboxtv, if you care, they will be making a subscription plan of $5 a month. That $5 a month subscription plan for Proboxtv that you'll be able to continue to watch their boxing fights are only going to be putting on one event a year. Wow, man. Like any other rich person who tries to get into the sport of boxing, it's one of the toughest goddamn diabolical sports to make a profit from. Even to this day, some of the big players in the game, Queensberry, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, PBC, Top Rank, even some of these guys are continuing to take losses in the sport of boxing. Even with some of the biggest boxers that we got in the sport of boxing, Eddie Hearn says he can't even re-sign Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. He won't even think about signing them. They can't pay these guys enough, or they're going to lose money. That's how it is in the sport of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. In Proboxtv, Gary Jonas has officially felt that. Is officially losing money on the sport. And if they don't get enough subscribers to pay that $5 a month subscription, this will be the last year of Proboxtv. It's being announced that at the end of 2026, they will reassess everything. And if they don't have enough subscriptions and they're not making any money in the sport of boxing, Mr. Gary Jonas is officially calling it quits. And we will no longer see Proboxtv ever again, man. Wow, bro. Or it's just going to end up being bought out by somebody. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sad, sad thing. But what can you expect? Y'all seen that fight last night with Daniel Lugo, right? Did you guys see the crowd versus Edward Vasquez? That goddamn crowd was sad as hell, bro. It was sad as hell. Ain't nobody going to that event. They've got to do something differently. Now, I know they're cutting down from 2 events to 1 event to be able to pay a little bit better, draw a little bit bigger names on that 1 event that's going to be taking place monthly. So they're cutting down 2 events a month to 1 to be able to pay on that 1 event, at least get some bigger names, put on some bigger events, save some money on all the money that they're losing. Now, at the end of the day, there's still a lot of boxing in the world going down. You got the fight that's coming out with DAZN and TNT, starting on July 4th with Abdullah Mason versus Joe Cordina. They're going to be putting on monthly events. Those are actually looking very, very interesting. I can't wait for that. Now, you got Zuffa Boxing, who's putting on an event today. Zuffa Boxing, who is going to be going to Dublin, Ireland, putting on fights with Colin Walsh and Aaron McKenna. My goodness. They're doing a lot of good things right now. In the next 10 to 15 days, it's looking like Shakur Stevenson, Devin the Dream Haney announcement's going to be coming out that they've signed to Zuffa Boxing. There's a lot of boxing going down around the world right now. But we all love Proboxtv, man. I mean, come on, bro. Like I said, if they close down, ain't no more boxing here in Fresno. And goddamn, it's tough, bro. It's tough. That's a horrible loss for us. You know, the closest area that we got for another boxing event is in Los Angeles, and we got to drive 3 to 4 hours just to be able to get there. My goodness, man. Absolutely sad news. I hope things change. I hope boxing fans are willing to invest within Proboxtv. I know some of these cards aren't the biggest, aren't the best, but they are filled with absolute wars. Great fights every single weekend. You can always expect this. Friday night fights. Yo, Friday night fights is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think.